Welcome back to Face the State on this Sunday morning. You know, Connecticut is often teased as a place where people are unhappy. Cranky Yankees, curmudgeons, we've heard it all. The land of steady habits, unhappy complainers. So how does a company called AlwaysSmilin fit into that picture? With us today, the co-founders of a relatively new company, Joslyn and Ammar. It's called AlwaysSmilin. We thank you both for being in the program today.
Thank you.
So first of all, in a nutshell, what's the company about? Who wants to take it? Aaron.
It is a positive lifestyle community, really formed to be able to spread positive vibes. It's all about helping people embrace the incredible power of choices. It goes back to that age-old quote, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react. It's all about choosing to find the beauty in life and be able to spread the positivity, spread the optimism, and be there for other people.
And Joslyn, how did this come about?
Sure. Well, Aaron has always, everyone who knows him, had a smile on his face. That's actually where the name came from. They'd say, Aaron, you are always smiling. And when I actually met him, I asked the same question. He was smiling, he had this energy. I met him here in Connecticut, and I thought, man, is that really true? Is that really at his core? So we had some conversations early on, kind of pressed into it, and realized that this opportunity to be positive and to be always smiling is something that a lot of people have a hard time grasping, myself included originally. So in working with Aaron, kind of understanding that there's different things you can do each day for your mindset to create habits that turn into a lifestyle, there was a real opportunity there.
So we created AlwaysSmilin. It was a community, ultimately it was a goal. It was to try to be that beacon of light for others and to be able to draw people in. So instead of us just individually going about our day being happy, we said, all right, how can we have others involved with us? So that's ultimately where it came about.
And how big is the community now?
So right now it is all across the nation. We've got folks involved globally as well. It is all really online. We have positive messages on our social media pages. We sell different swag, our products. So your t-shirts, hats, the iPhone covers, backpacks. Now the goal of the products aren't just products or swag. It is ultimately to serve as messages. So everybody can go about their day and may not have somebody positive in front of them or kind of see that visual reminder. The products and our swag is to serve as visual reminders to shift positive.
And some of the proceeds go to charity, correct?
Absolutely. We are partnered with the Big Brothers Big Sisters program here in Connecticut, so we offer some of the proceeds to them. We're very involved with a few of the littles in that program ourselves, so that's a program that brings so much joy to us. So we thought, hey, we have two awesome things going right now, let's just merge them together.
And we should point out that this is not a full-time job right now. Well, it is, but you still have other paying jobs as well.
Yeah, that's correct.
You work in insurance and you work in real estate?
Correct.
Yeah, that's correct. Work for a company, Y Risk. We started up 3 years ago, a group of us, and ultimately just got bought by the Hartford this past week. So it's really, to me, it's kind of similar vein of people because our target market is the Generation Y. It is all about helping people embrace the technology and be forward thinking, kind of see the good things in life and always smile, and there's some synergies around with it as well.
You know, as I mentioned, Connecticut can be a little provincial sometimes. You're both from other states and you've come here, but this is your home now and you've been here for a while, you have a baby.
Yep.
Do you ever find resistance to sort of an always smiling attitude?
Sure, and to be fair to Connecticut, we get that. I'm originally from Nebraska. We get that from folks back at Nebraska too. So it's not a geographical thing. I think it's really just an overall mindset. It's so easy to shift to the negative side of things, regardless of where you're from. So here in Connecticut, as I said, I actually met Aaron here, and when I first met him, he did really stand out to me with just this huge smile and this infectious positivity. And so I wanted more of that, of course, to be around that and to learn how I could have that as well. So there is an opportunity here in Connecticut, of course, but to be fair, it really exists everywhere.
Is it hard to open a business in Connecticut?
You know,
I mean, some say it's difficult because of this, that, and the other thing.
Right. It's to me, it was straightforward. You're able to open the business here in Connecticut. It's headquartered here in Connecticut. To the point, I'm originally from Texas, and Connecticut has that vibe where it may, to your original point, you may come off a little bit harder at the beginning. I found that people in Connecticut are extremely nice, right? It just may not come off right at the onset, but I found that they are personable, they are friendly, and what better place to open a business here that was actually more straightforward than one might think, and be able to help spread that community within the state.
So we know that the governor and state lawmakers watch face the state religiously on Sundays. So what is your message for them as they go into session next year in terms of things that might need to be done to make it more business friendly?
Right. So right off the bat, I would say I think it's a message, right? I think the fact that you have different big, larger corporations that are ultimately leaving the state, to me, we're a small business here. To me, it is a fact that right now they've been conducive, they've been helpful, they have been proponents of it. There have been communities to be able to connect with here in the state. So right now there's nothing specific that I could say from a small business standpoint right now that they should go in and ultimately change.
And what's your advice, Joslyn, for people who might want to start a small business? You're watching this right now and say, well, they did it.
Well, absolutely. I think it first and foremost, you have to have that drive, that innate drive, that desire to make a difference. You have to have an anchor, in other words. We had a very clear anchor, and it wasn't just because, hey, positivity is great. As I mentioned, when I first met Aaron, I kind of pushed into him and thought, well, how can you just be shift positive all the time? Because my background and my experience was very different. I lost my father to cancer when I was very young. My first week of college, I missed classes to attend his funeral. So when I met Aaron and he said, hey, we can just shift positive, I really thought, I need some more substance than that. I need you to give me some action items. So really his book that's coming out, Max Potential, it will be out in February. There's some tangible ideas in that book that you can create into your lifestyle, to create habits with. So I just recommend to anybody who's looking forward to starting a business is you have to have extreme drive.
Very inspiring. So the book is on your website, AlwaysSmilin.com.
.com.
We thank you so much for being with us, Joslyn and Aaron Ammar.
Thank you.